I am back again. So I'm going to talk about product centric thinking today. Executives keep asking me a simple question. Where is the profit and loss impact from all this AI spend? After all, according to a recent MIT report, 95% of AI investments fail to deliver bottom line impact. So, what do we do about it? First, the above number might appear shocking, but research suggests board members are right to ask. Boston Consulting Group's recent study of more than 1,200 firms found only 5% achieve significant bottom line value from AI at scale, while roughly 60% report minimal gains despite large investments. McKinsey observes that companies with strong digital and AI capabilities have figured out how to generate compounding value, and that gap between leaders and everyone else keeps widening. The technology is not the constraint. I have spent the past 5 years taking promising technology from lab to real world across financial services, pharma, and retail. I have repeatedly seen this myself. The constraint is structural. AI is managed as a sequence of projects instead of a portfolio of products. The shift from projects to product changes how AI shows up in the financials and in the operating model. From initiative to product, what actually changes? So consider a universal scenario in a bank or an insurance company. Digital fraud is rising, customer trust is under pressure, and regulators are watching. Most institutions react with a familiar pattern. They launch a program called Digital Channel Fraud Detection. They assemble a cross functional team, they build models, integrate with systems, and then push to production. So they declare success when the project lands on time and on budget. The project ends, the team disperses, fraud patterns shift, models drift. 6 months later, a new line item appears: Digital Fraud Channel Detection V2. So product framing kind of works differently. And so in that case, it's like you create a named product. Let's call it um, Protector. So this becomes the bank's product fraud production capability for all sorts of digital channels. So Protector has defined users, security operations, digital owners, call center teams, and ultimately customers. It has an accountable owner with a multi-year roadmap. It has a stable cross-functional squad that maintains and extends it. Fraud models are now part of the broader capability that includes UX flows, real time analytics, playbooks, and human processes. The product team iterates as attack patterns shift. This is the point where AI starts to look like a compounding asset rather than an expensive experiment. And make no mistake, to do this, you need a platform that supports rapid iteration. Let's look at the kind of hub and spoke. So what the center owns and what the business owns. So legacy and like traditional enterprises, they rarely enjoy textbook product organizations. Retail, wealth, commercial, and operations have all their own data and analytics pockets. A central AI function usually sits somewhere between technology and the business. You inherit this complexity, you do not get to redraw the org chart from scratch. The practical solution or the practical question is simpler. So, given the structure that you have today, what parts of AI products sit in a shared hub and which sits in the spokes? So, given the above, we would have retail banking own Protector, wealth should own Advisor Assist, companies like commercials should own credit decisioning and portfolio monitoring. All of them should build on the same fraud features, monitoring patterns, and governance standards delivered once from the hub. Boards know this logic from other domains. Shared infrastructure generates leverage. Products on top of that infrastructure generate differentiated outcomes. So, three leadership challenges that I feel that kind of determine success in this space. First, funding the first product and the platform. So, traditionally speaking, a business line would budget for the fraud project for a 9 month, multi-million dollar fraud project with a clear end date. Product thinking asks for something more harder. Leaders must fund an initial release of Protector that may take slightly longer than a standalone project, plus a fraud feature store, monitoring patterns, and governance controls that future products will reuse. If all of that lands in a single business unit budget, the math looks attractive. Or it doesn't. It could look very unattractive. Retail bears the delay and cost, and wealth and commercial capture the future speed. So this is a corporate capital allocation problem. The platform should be funded above the business unit line or through a clear cost sharing formula where fast followers commit early. We can explain this in like very plain numbers. So I have seen this pattern hold across regulatory document analysis, customer intelligence platforms, and credit decisioning stacks. So boards respond to evidence that the second and third products are systematically cheaper and faster than the first. Second point, proving the compounding effect with the second product. So boards will tolerate a platform story only for a limited time without proof. The first product must stand on its own business case. The second product proves whether the platform actually compounds value. So this is a pragmatic pattern that you start with one high value, high visibility product and build the shared foundation as part of that first product, not as a separate IT project. Measure hard outcomes. In this context, the outcomes would be fraud losses avoided, false positive reduction, customer friction, time from new fraud pattern to mitigation. Then, as quickly as possible, it's time to release a second product that reuses the same foundation in another business line or another geography. So in one of my former teams, we built a long form document analysis for legal compliance. It's called Sulaj. And working as a joint squad across functions, the first set of features took months. The second set, applying the same NLP architecture to regulatory filings, took weeks. And the executive sponsor bought, they actually brought the time savings directly into the next budget cycle, even looking into commercializing the existing system of record. So, coming back to Boston Consulting Group's research on the AI value gap and how it shows that AI mature companies achieve roughly 5 times the revenue increase and 3 times the cost reduction of others, and those firms lean firmly and heavily on reuse across different products. Boards should look for concrete evidence that the first, third, and the second products demonstrate step changes in speed and economics. Third, and our final point is aligning incentives with product outcomes. Most delivery organizations reward managers for landing projects on time and on budget. AI products live for years and their impact compounds over multiple releases. If compensation and recognition continue to favor short projects, rational leaders will continue to chase short projects. Product centric AI requires performance evaluation that tracks adoption, business outcomes, and platform reuse. Recognition for leaders who build shared infrastructure should be proportional to the leverage they create across the platform or the portfolio. So, career paths where staying with a product for several cycles is rewarded instead of penalized. This is what our end desired state should be. And